And I'm also, wow. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. One quick moment. I should have set this up beforehand, but we'll go ahead and do it now. Add a screen share in there. So we'll come back to that. All right. So today we're going to be helping my friend Wendell. He has a few computer questions and phone questions that we're going to be going over. So and this is the type of things that we are wanting people to call us more and have a discussion about these different topics so people can learn and people can get more education on these types of things. So go ahead and tell them a little bit about what the problem is that you're having, and we'll go ahead and dive into it.
My problem today is trying to restore the data and settings on my iPhone. And I talked to the Apple Care people, and they told me that I would have to download iTunes to a computer and back up my phone to the computer, then restore the settings to the phone. And the problem I was coming to was I don't have enough storage on my computer to back up my phone.
Okay. So yeah, that is a pretty tricky one. Now there's two options. That's my understanding. So we'll start off with the first option, which I believe is you can get cloud storage through I think it's not iTunes, but it's the iCloud. But
Okay.
that costs a certain amount, and let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch so we can look that up. So iCloud storage. All right, so you automatically get 5 GB free, and they give the different price points here. It's kind of trying to see if we can make that a little bit bigger. So it looks like for 50 gigs, it's 99 per month. For 200 gigs, why is that blue like that? Okay, there we go. All right, 200 gigabytes, 299 per month, 2 terabytes, 999 per month. That's actually not bad, but most people are not going to want to get into a monthly payment situation for storage. Some people do, some people don't. If you're one of those people who don't mind it, then this is a wonderful thing because you can back your phone up no matter where you are. So that's kind of the pro to having this versus the other route that we're going to talk about in just a second here. Okay. Now, the option two would be, like you said, is to go ahead and expand upon your storage on your computer so you can back up to iTunes. Okay, and you
Right.
can do that in several different ways. Do you know how much space you need? Have you checked to see how much stuff total is on your phone, or do you know the
I,
capacity?
I just I saw it a minute ago, and
What is
you know
your
what?
phone? Is it like a 64, 32?
Go ahead.
Apple's usually come with like 32, 64, 128.
Right. This might. I don't know. You're asking me questions I can't even answer. Let me see.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna go to good old settings. Yeah.
All right.
You see?
My brother helped me out right here. He said go to settings, then
Okay.
tap your name, and then tap iCloud, and it'll tell you how much storage you're using.
Wait. Say that again. I'm going to settings, and then what?
Settings, and then tap on your name,
Okay. And
and
then what?
it should tell you what.
iCloud.
Yeah, iCloud.
Oh. It said iCloud. I have 5 gigs of 5 gigs used.
So you're using all of your stuff, and it's at 5 gigs.
Yeah, that's what it
Okay,
looked like.
so yeah, so basically that means you're using the free version, and it's totally full.
Yeah,
All right. So now we've already talked about the, buying more storage, which that's not the option you want to go.
I don't know. I'm almost getting talked into. Let's look.
Yeah, because I mean it's $99 per month, so you figure $12 a year. I mean, that's actually not that bad
You said
because
$99 a year?
no, so it's basically 99 cents per
Not
month, so it'll be $1 a month. So you're looking at $12 for the year for 50
you said
gigabytes, right?
I thought you said $99 a month. I'm like, that's not happening. But
No,
okay,
no,
now that's not good.
no.
No,
So basically $1 per month per year. So if I said that, forgive me, I misspoke. But yeah, it's
right.
$1 per month per year because you're looking at 12 months in a year for 50
Okay. So
gigabytes.
look
So
like I may do that. But wait, now,
yeah, we're still gonna talk about the
but
other one now.
that's what I was about to say. For tutorial purposes, we can go through how to do it that way. And
Correct.
but
Now,
now, go
go
ahead.
ahead. You go.
Now I was about to say what those three amounts like is what would be a good amount to purchase if I was to purchase them?
I think the 50 gigs, because I mean, how long did it take you to fill up this phone?
I don't know.
Few months, few
I
years?
never figured out when it was full. I just nothing that I do
Just
is
be just
really
because you had the
track that.
problems, you figured it out.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I would start off with the 50 and then upgrade if I needed to. That's how I would do it.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I think that would be the best option. Upgrade to the 50, see how you go with that. And if you fill up the 50, then move to the 200. Because you got to think that's more than quadrupling the amount of space that you have. You're going from 5 to 50. So I wouldn't
Facts.
I wouldn't think you would fill that up a whole lot unless you were doing like a lot of video stuff. Even pictures wouldn't fill up that much that fast.
Okay.
All right, but now let's move on to option two, which is you want to back up everything to iTunes on your computer. So I'm assuming that you can't because your computer is full also.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I'll show you. We'll go to computer, right? And the easiest way is to, if you go to your C drive, and first of all I did was open up the Manila folder. Go to this PC if you're on Windows 10. If you're on the earlier version, it might be called PC or something like that. But this is the screen you want to look for. If you right click
What I'm
on, what'd you say?
what I'm looking for?
Oh, you're doing it with me?
Yeah.
Okay, the Manila
What?
folder at the bottom, this little icon right here,
Okay, I got it.
right? You're gonna
Manila
click on
folder.
that, and then on the left hand side, you should see something that says this PC, and it may have a little marker by it that you want to click.
Got it.
So, because if it's
Right.
like this, you need to expand it out. So you click that little marker, right?
Okay.
Expand, unexpand.
Yeah, I see this PC.
Actually, you didn't need to. I kind of misspoke there. You didn't need to do that. You just need to click on it because whether it's
Okay.
expanded or not, it'll still show. But what we're looking for is see the C drive right here. Now you can have
Okay.
multiple drives, but your C drive is always going to be the main system drive, right?
Right, I see the C drive.
Okay, so if we go ahead and we right click on that, and I mean it gives us a guideline right here, 164 gigs free of 930 gigs. But I
Right.
can also right click and go to properties and give myself a little bit more of a visual. And it gives us this kind of pie chart. And again, we can see how much space we have. Our total capacity is 930 gigabytes. I'm using 765 gigabytes, which leaves me a free space of 164 gigabytes.
Okay.
So where are you at on that?
Um, it says space use space uh 28.3 gigabytes and free space 0.
Okay, so that means you have about a 30 gigabyte drive and you're totally full. There's
Right.
not there's nothing else that you can really do. Okay, so there's two options in this. So we have option 2, but we have option 2A and option B. So we'll start off with option A, which is to replace your hard drive with a bigger
Okay.
hard drive. Now the downside to that, okay, is that you're gonna have to reload everything on your computer. That's the
Okay.
downside to that one because you're replacing the hard drive with the system files on it.
Okay.
Now, yeah, the plus side to that though is you can probably get you a new solid state drive, which is the new style hard drives, and it's going to run a hell of a lot better than what it used to run
Okay.
because the those hard drives have no moving parts and the performance is like 30 to 50 times better than what the old hard drives are. So it's a noticeable increase when you use a solid state hard drive.
Gotcha.
So, and just to give you an idea of how much something like that costs, right? Let's go to Best Buy. Computers and tablets. Where we are, storage. Computer components. Here we go, storage. And this is what you're going to want. Internal solid state drive. Now, you have a 30 terabyte. All right. I like the Samsungs, but you don't have to go with that. You can, because I'm assuming if you have a 30 terabyte, your computer is a little bit older. Is that right?
Well, it's a 30 gigabyte, right?
Yeah, no, you
Uh,
have 30 gigabytes, but I'm saying your computer is a little bit older. How
I,
old is
it's
your?
a I it's
Would you,
pretty. I didn't buy it that long ago. Bro, I didn't buy the best one out there. I don't know if it's the. I don't know if
okay,
it's the most updated one, but I don't think it's the. I don't think it's that old, but I don't think it's a big time model.
I
But
got you.
HP,
I got you.
um, yeah.
So look, right here we have a PNY 240 gigabytes. You have 30, right? So 240
Hmm.
gigabytes for $35.
Okay. And so if I was to buy one of those, then how do what's the setup for it?
Now, yeah, the average person would probably have to go to a tech. But basically, I would have to install it for you unless you wanted to give it a shot
Okay.
yourself.
Oh
There's some
no.
screws on the bottom. You go in, do some things, but I got you on that, so you're covered. Um,
Yeah, I'm below average.
right. But I just want you to kind of understand like how big the hard drives are nowadays. I mean, you have a 512, which is doubling that one for $69.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that looked like the job that I'm gonna need done.
Right? Well, hang on, because we're going to get into something else. But I just want this is option A. So if you replace your your hard drive with a new solid state hard drive, we have to reload the operating system. We have to reload the programs and stuff like that. Takes a little bit of time, but not any kind of a problem, right? We just need to kind of back up what we have and reload everything. Okay, but um, option B, you could go with an external hard drive. We're gonna go back to
Okay.
Best Buy just so we can have both screens. That was
And so that
compute. Go ahead.
the hard drive you just showed me that one it was internal. That's one that goes inside of the computer.
Yes, sir. That's correct. That is an internal hard
Okay.
drive.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't have been able to do that. I thought it was one that you just plug up in the USB.
Okay, so here we go with the external hard drives. And now this is what you were talking about. So as you can see here, now to give you some perspective, you have 30 gigabytes. It takes 1,000 gigabytes to equal 1 terabyte. If
Okay.
if we're getting specific, I think it's like 1,024, but we're just gonna say 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Make it easier on ourselves. So 2 terabyte, that's 2,000 gigabytes.
Right.
So as you can see here, we'll come down Western Digital Easy Store, 2 terabytes for $62.99.
All right.
Now
That's a
again,
lot
this is a massive amount of storage for you, but it's an older school drive, so it's not going to increase the performance of your machine any. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Right. I understand.
And with this one, you wouldn't have to reload all of your stuff. You could plug this in, copy what you have off, right, off your current hard drive and put it on this one, which would free up some space on your main drive, which
Right.
that'll help your computer run a little bit better as well. So that's like another pro to doing that. You
And
would
so that
copy it.
one I would just
Go ahead.
so I would just plug it up in a USB, and when that drive come up, I just could copy and paste it into the
You
other
copy
drive.
and you copy and paste your stuff on your computer to that drive. So you would open
Okay.
up, like for instance, if I open up my computer and let's say I went to my pictures folder, I would
Right.
maybe I would do like a control A, which is select all, control Apple. Then I would do a control X to cut, and then I would go to my other drive. Let's say the here we go. I got a USB drive plugged in, right? So I
Right.
would go to my USB drive, and then I would right click and paste. Now it's not the option's not there because I didn't actually do the X portion, but had I done it and I click paste here, it would move those
Right.
files from my hard drive on my PC to my external hard drive, therefore freeing up space on my main drive.
Gotcha.
And you always want to
Right.
have a little bit of space freed up on your main drive. You never want that to be totally full because your computer will start acting crazy.
Like I have right here.
Okay, yeah, yeah. If you're experiencing that now, that's probably going to be why. You can have
Right.
all kind of quirky and stupid stuff happening if your drive goes full.
Right.
All right. So recap. Option A is you can replace the whole drive with a solid state, right? And it can be one of your
Right.
choosing, whichever size you
Mm-hmm.
feel free. But you have to reload the whole operating system and all the programs and stuff. That's the cons to it. But
Gotcha.
another pro is you'll have a performance boost.
Okay.
Option B, you can just get an external. Pro is you don't have to move anything. You don't have to reinstall the OS. You don't have to reinstall your programs. But the con is you get no performance boost.
Got it.
Okay. And then one extra pro is obviously you can free up some space on your your
Mm,
main computer.
got it.
So now, basically it's up to you to just kind of make that choice. Now, once you do that, and even with iTunes, I believe you can kind of redirect where it's saving the information to, and you can specify this as the storage point. So then obviously if you had 2 terabytes, you'd have more than enough space to save everything.
Got it. And now one other. I'm trying to see. Okay. I'm gonna go back to storage one more time. I have one more question. Trying
Not
to
a
see
problem.
where. All right. Um. Does this? Okay. Looking at the things on my computer that's using what the most of the okay systems in reserve is saying I was going through where all of this stuff is on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
What's taking up all of this space? It's saying 19.7 gigabytes is system in reserve.
Okay, now that stuff you can't get rid of.
Got it. That's like all of the stuff that the computer came with.
Right. Now what you can do is I'll show you here. We'll go ahead and bring this up. I got too many windows open. Let me pick one. All right. So when you start your computer, you have a profile, right? And I see all of these desktop documents and all this little list.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to C drive, users, you'll see right here there's a public and there's my name. Now, if there's somebody else that logged in, they would have their name, but typically when it's just yours, you'll just have your name. Now,
Right.
this is called your profile. In your profile, all of these folders exist: desktop, documents, downloads, all of that. Everything is in this one profile. If you want to see what's taking up all of that space, if you hover over it, you can see they tell you how much space is basically in each one. That one's 13 gigs, but the same concept applies here. If we right click and go to properties, it'll tell us 13 gigs,
Okay.
857 megabytes. So it takes 1,000 megabytes to equal 1 gigabyte. So obviously this is not that big. Documents doesn't typically take up a lot of space, but I have a lot on my desktop. Now I can tell you I have a lot of pictures and video. Pictures and video take up a
Right.
lot.
Okay.
But again, I can go to my video folder, properties. Yeah, I knew that was gonna have a good little bit, and I just cleaned some out.
Because looking at uninstall you because it's 19.7. So basically, other than the stuff that's on the computer, and it's the majority of the stuff is already it's almost full when you first get it.
Right, and that was probably because that's kind of a low end machine, so they didn't give you a
Yeah.
whole lot. Like you said,
So
you didn't need top of the line, so which most people don't.
right.
So that
And so I
that's
just
go ahead.
I was just trying to see if there was anything on here that because it's looking like I don't know how much. Now I'm trying to see how much do I have to free up because just like I said, if I back it up on if I do the backup on through the iCloud thing, like I said, and pay that money a month and back it up, then still I wonder if I still can restore it through the computer if it has enough. When I clean it, will it still have enough room
So
because this thing is at capacity.
you should be able to restore it due to the fact that it's not stored locally on the computer; it's stored through the cloud. So I would
Okay.
say
Oh,
if
so
you
it'll
bought,
be a blank. Yeah, it'll be a blank vessel now because I have it backed up and I got it.
yeah, yeah, but I
Yeah.
would say you still probably want to free up some space on that computer because I'm like you said, the computer's probably acting up right now.
Yeah.
That would
I'm,
kind of help you with that.
I think especially since most of the stuff on here is the system and reserve stuff. I think
Yeah,
we're gonna go with option the first option with
the solid
doing
state.
the inter yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to so I'm gonna need the schedule to get that done.
Yeah, no, we can schedule that once this is over. We'll go ahead and order the solid state. You can pick it up, and it literally takes about usually about 5-10 minutes to install. If it's a simple, most of the time they have a piece on a thing you can remove, and it's not too much. But if it's sometimes they put it in a hard spot, which at that case it may take about an hour. So we're not
Okay.
looking at a whole bunch of time to get that done. And then we would have
Got
to
it.
load it with Windows, which will probably take maybe another hour. So you're figuring about 2 hours tops will be done.
Okay. So yeah, I need to get that done as soon as possible, sir.
Okay. Well, no, we'll get that scheduled up right after this. So, did you have any other questions or concerns?
Oh, I'm all the way good now. You done made me a little bit smarter today.
Look, that's what we aiming to do, bro. We just aiming to educate, aiming to educate. That's all.
Not a problem.
So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been another session of the Technical Solutions Center. If y'all have technical questions, call us. We willing to talk about it. We willing to discuss it. It's not just about buying these things and not knowing how to use them properly, right? We want to educate our
Right.
people so everybody can know how this stuff is used and how it's used properly so that it can benefit us to the fullest. So, all right, Mr. Wendell, I thank you. I appreciate you coming online with me and
Oh, thank you.
discussing this problem. And Deuces, everybody. All right, dude. I'm gonna call you after this.
All right.